your most recent fight. So I want to talk about that. You know, the win that you had at Cage Fury Fighting Championships on the UFC Fight Pass, which is awesome exposure for you against Andrew Huckabee. So it was due to a doctor stoppage. The match itself can be seen on your YouTube channel. But tell me about your overall thoughts going into the match and after the match when the result was announced.
So I got the call on 10 days notice. My manager called me and I was about like 195 pounds. So I was 25 pounds over on 10 days notice.
Yeah.
And this is a guy that we've been wanting to fight since the beginning of my pro career. We've been trying to fight him over and over again, and he just would not take the bait. But then he had an opponent fall out last second, and I think he knew that I was heavy. I asked for a catch weight. He wouldn't give me a catch weight. So I think he thought he had like the chips on his side. But there was no way I was going to miss this opportunity. He was 4-0. I was 3-0 on UFC Fight Pass. I knew it was a great opportunity to get my name out there. And so, yeah, I was super excited for the opportunity. The biggest challenge was making the weight, which surprisingly enough, it was my easiest weight cut to date. I only had to spend like 15 minutes in the heat exposure.
Yeah.
So that was good. The fight itself was super exciting, and I wanted it to be that way because, you know, first time being on UFC Fight Pass, I wanted everybody to know who Austin Clayton was and what I bring to the table. And, you know, I think it was super exciting. I dealt with a little bit of adversity early on in the fight.
Yeah, there was a slight knock, wasn't there, at the beginning? Yeah.
Yes. Yep. I heard him early, and then I was like, man, UFC Fight Pass, imagine finishing this guy first 2 minutes. I got a little overzealous, and, you know, I paid the price for that. But, you know, I got back up. I showed that, you know, I'm able to deal with adversity, and, you know, I pushed through. And, you know, I ended up getting the doctor stoppage. I wish that I could have got the like a TKO or submission or anything or something like that. And that was going to be my goal going into that third round. But, you know, looking at the footage, you could tell, like, he didn't want to be the one to say I'm done. But at the same time, I talked to the doctor after, and she was like, he kept saying, like, if you think it's bad, like, we can stop it. Like, if you, like, he didn't want to say I'm done, but he didn't want to keep going.
Yeah,
so,
if someone gave him the chance to stop it, he
Yes.
would stop it.
Yes. And but no, he was really tough, man. It was he had a lot going on the line, and he represents his whole town, and he's a big deal back where he comes from. So he fought really hard, and I respect him a lot. Honestly, he fought harder than I thought. Most people usually, you know, cower down a lot earlier, and I hit him with some really good shots. I hit him with a good
some of your
head kick.
elbows, mate. Bloody hell.
Yeah.
Those elbows.
Yeah, I hit him with the whole kitchen sink, and he just kept on standing there. So going into that third round, we were going to go look for a submission and just be strategic and a lot smarter instead of just, you know, trying to throw the fire at him and just see what he could take. Yeah, it was a great experience, man. And after the fight, I was happy. I wanted to get one more in before the end of the year, but it didn't end up happening. But, you know, I was happy to get 3 fights in 6 months, and, you know, I'm super excited for what's to come this year.
When's your next fight? If you know, do you have a date that you can sort of announce yet?
So right now I'm in talks. Maybe there's a couple different dates that we're talking about right now with a couple different opponents, but the most exciting one would be March 7th versus a former Ultimate Fighter. So it would be a big step up, man. He has over 3 times as many fights as me. A great step up in competition, but I love the matchup. I think it's a great matchup, and, you know, if we can get him to say yes, then
you're not going to shy away from it. You're going to be up for it. But yeah, get that put now. Let's do it.
Yes.
Let's start training. I mean, you're already training non-stop.